We would love to invite everyone to come find your table. Bring your friends. Bring your spouse. Bring your spouse's friends. And come find a comfortable spot at your table. There are delicious things waiting for you. Breads and salads, company, spritzers. We are going to begin in just a few minutes, and so this would be a great time to make sure that you're comfortable, if you have delicious things to eat or drink, and if you have any four-legged friends that need to be comfortable, because our gala is going to start very soon. And as you are doing all of that, we thought we would give you just a little bit of puppy love, because we are here in the puppy lounge. And
This is Ho-Ho.
Oh, hi Ho-Ho. Hey Ho-Ho, did you want to be part of our show this evening? I know, you're just, yeah, it's fine. You're just relaxing. So Ho-Ho says hi, and that your support of the Humane Society of Utah is so important. If you were even wondering about that, also I do have to say, Ho-Ho, your bow tie is just adorable. Adorable. I know. Oh, look, who's in there? Who's in there? Oh, there's all those lovely people. Okay, are you ready? Okay, we'll see you all very, very soon. Thanks. We are going to begin in just a few minutes, and so this would be a great time to make sure that you're comfortable, if you have delicious things to eat or drink, and if you have any four-legged friends that need to be comfortable, because our gala is going to start very soon. And as you are doing all of that, we thought we would give you just a little bit of puppy love, because we are here in the puppy lounge. And
Is this Ho-Ho?
Oh, hi Ho-Ho. Hey Ho-Ho, did you want to be part of our show this evening? I know, yeah, it's fine. You're just relaxing. So Ho-Ho says hi, and that your support of the Humane Society of Utah is so important. If you were even wondering about that, also I do have to say, Ho-Ho, your bow tie is just adorable. Adorable. I know. Oh, look, who's in there? Who's in there? Oh, there's all those lovely people. Okay, are you ready? Okay, we'll see you all very, very soon. Thanks. help us count down for blast off? Can you help us go from 10? Are you ready? Here we go. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome! We are so excited to have you all here. And I do want to say that we are gathering in this most unique and interesting way, where we have a bunch of people gathered together here in this beautiful space. And we also want to welcome everyone who is joining us via our live stream. We are so, so glad that you are here. And if you are here in this room, would you welcome all the people who are joining us via our live stream by waving and clapping at this camera right over here? Welcome to Wags to Wishes. We are so, so glad to have you. Yes, keep waving, keep cheering. It's fine. You can continue to do that. Yes, that's wonderful. Right over there, table 19, table 31, all these people. And you can cheer for them too, exactly. All of the purple cats and the blue bunnies. We are so happy to have you all here. And if you are in the live stream, would you please wave back at everyone who is here with us in this room? You can use the waving emoji, or you can say hi everyone, or whatever you want. If you're in our live stream, yes, like Kaya, hi, India, hi, Crystal, exactly. All of these people are visiting. Yeah, see, just wave back, just like that. This is how you can talk back to us if you're in the live stream. And if you're here in this room, you will be able to wave and cheer back at those people. I would like to raise a glass to being all together via the internet and in this room to support the Humane Society of Utah. Thank you all. And for those of you who are visiting via our live stream, I hope you downloaded your bingo card because that was a bingo answer, I'm pretty sure. And for those of you in the room, well, you know what to do. Cheers. There you go. I do want to also remind everyone, there will be very fun Humane Society of Utah swag that is the prize for bingo. And if you are playing via the live stream, if you fill out your bingo card, you have to email your card to us. We will be figuring out winners based on email timestamps. If you are in this room, well, then you should yell bingo, because bingo was his name-o, and we will know that you are the winner. So make sure that you do that. I also just want to remind everyone who's joining us that all of our live auction items are open. All of our 7 live auction items are available for bid right now. You want to grab a second device. You're watching on one device. Use your mobile device in order to make a bid via GiveSmart, our live auction and donation software. That is where you will be able to make a bid. I also want to remind everyone about the auto bid feature in GiveSmart. You may remember this from last year. If you want to be sure you are the top bidder, set an auto bid, and then the computer will bid against other people who are trying to take away your Moab adventure, Marissa Hernandez. You don't want anyone to do that. That is the best way to do that. And if you need any assistance at home at any time with GiveSmart, with YouTube, send us an email at specialevents@utahhumane.org. Send us an email and we can assist you. That is also where you want to send your winning bid bingo cards. Just send them in, and then you'll be able to win. And again, tables here in the room. If anyone at your table wins bingo, everyone at your table wins bingo. Okay, so wait. Hold on. You have to say it really loud. Is there bingo? Table 7 says they have won bingo. Is that, okay, hold on. I got to see their card. Okay, they said that my whole table lost in ears and tails. So I have good news and bad news. The good news is you have not all lost in ears and tails because we have not played that game yet. However, we will be playing that game very soon, so it's really mostly good news because we're going to play, I promise. Don't worry. You're going to like the game. No tables have won yet, I promise, but we will be playing. There are some amazing organizations without whom we could not be here tonight. Would you please give a uproarious round of applause for our presenting sponsor, the George S. and Dolores DeRay Eccles Foundation. Would you please give them a huge round of applause? And also to our media sponsor, Yesco Media. Would you give them a big round of applause? Would you give our VIP puppy room sponsors, Mountain West Veterinary Specialists and Canine Sports Tech, a big round of applause? Also, our event sponsors, Utah Pet Rehab and Mountain America Credit Union, give them a big round of applause. And to our bar sponsor, Major Street Pet Services, let's hear it for them. And our music sponsor, Merck Animal Health, we want to hear it for them. Thank you, sponsors. Sponsors, honestly, we could not do it without you. Tonight, we are here to celebrate. We are here to fundraise. We're here to have fun. But we also have a very uniquely special gratitude to express this evening. So if I could ask you for just a moment, if you could pause your festivities and point your attention towards the screens, make sure that you are able to see. Make sure you're able to see the screen for just a moment, because we really do have something that is kind of once in a lifetime. There is a person here this evening who has dedicated the last 50 years to supporting the Humane Society of Utah. 50 years. And I can tell you, for just a moment, 50 years ago, the Humane Society was a very, very different place. So we have the opportunity to learn, how did a very small organization, Table 4, you're going to love this. I promise, you're going to love this. Yes. How did a small organization grow into this huge room of support that has been helping hundreds of thousands of animals? So, would you please give a huge round of applause for the 50 years and counting that our board president has dedicated to this organization. Give a round of applause for Craig Cook. Thank you. Woo! And so now, we're going to invite Craig up in a little bit. But first, Craig was so gracious as to tell us a little bit of the story of how these past 50 years have helped us to arrive where we are. And we would love for you to be able to check this out.
Tonight we have the pleasure of celebrating Craig Cook's 50th year anniversary as a volunteer with the Humane Society of Utah. Join us as we interview Craig about HSU's history and his accomplishments.
I have been very blessed to be able to devote my time and efforts to a cause I deeply believe in, bettering the lives of hundreds of thousands of animals and people that have passed through our doors since 1972. But my story as a volunteer is really about the story of HSU, from its humble beginnings to the strong organization that it is today.
Tell us, Craig, how did you get started with the Humane Society of Utah in 1972?
As a child, my parents taught me to love and respect all animals. And in 1957, I adopted my first dog, and I named him Skipper. Throughout high school, college, and law school, Skipper was always my constant companion. Sadly, in 1969, he suddenly died, which devastated my family. We had heard that a new organization called the Humane Society of Utah had a shelter and that it also had a cemetery. I made Skipper a wooden casket, and my parents and I drove out to 45th South and 40th West, which was in Kearns, Utah, and was in the middle of nowhere. The building of HSU was made of cinder block and had outside kennels with many barking dogs. But the cemetery was very nice, and the staff respectfully dug a grave for Skipper. While waiting for the burial, Tom Little, the executive director, came out to offer his condolences. I asked Tom if there was anything I could do to volunteer at HSU. He told me that when I became a licensed lawyer to contact him because HSU desperately needed a lawyer. I promised him I would, and in 1972, I kept my promise.
As a new attorney, what did you do to help the Humane Society of Utah?
Believe it or not, in 1971, there was no requirement that animal control, then known as the dog catcher, was required to keep a stray dog or cat for any length of time to allow the owner to find it. I filed my first lawsuit in federal court against Utah County and its practice of catching stray dogs, shooting them on the site, and taking them to the dump with no opportunity for the owners to rescue them. Judge Willis Ritter placed a permanent injunction on the entire state of Utah, requiring a 3-day holding period for all agencies, which was later made the law in every city and county and still exists today. In addition, Provo agreed to build a $2 million shelter. Not bad for my first case, I thought. Also, I brought a lawsuit to make John Fox, our investigator, able to have authority in all Utah counties.
What else happened in the 1970s?
I was elected to the board of directors and soon after to president of the board. HSU was a small organization that had only 10 to 15 staff members and a budget that was supported by a thrift store in Salt Lake. We were receiving thousands of animals each year. I put together funding to build the first low-cost spay and neuter clinic to help put an end to this unnecessary and excessive euthanasia of these poor animals. In June of 1975, we completed the building and started spaying and neutering the animals of Utah at a very affordable price.
We heard you had to take over operations of the Humane Society of Utah in the 1970s. Is that correct?
Yes, we were barely financially surviving, and on several occasions, the board members had to actually donate their own funds to pay the staff's salary. I became the volunteer executive director for 2 years. We held our first gala at the Chuckarama in 1979, and I looked a lot different than I do now.
What did you do in the 80s?
The 80s was an important decade. HSU was becoming well known in the Salt Lake area, and contributions began flowing in. There were several other presidents of the board during this early part of the 80s and several executive directors. We decided it would be good publicity for HSU to have a float in the days of the 47 parade, so I took an old car and turned it into a beautiful float. I must note we had the float in the parade for 22 years with different themes. Upon receiving a bequest for $400,000, the board of directors decided it was best to move from the West Valley location since houses were now all around our building and people were complaining about the barking dogs. I found the perfect site for our new building at 42nd South and I-15. It was a former truck stop and KOA campground. We bought the property for exactly the $400,000. I personally built an irrigation system to keep the trees alive until we could raise enough money to build a new facility.
We've been told that the 1990s was a significant decade for the Humane Society of Utah.
Absolutely. In 1990, we received word that a school teacher named Janice Johnson had left us nearly $2 million in her will, more than enough to build a new building in Murray at that time. Unfortunately, her kindly next-door neighbors stole and embezzled most of her assets while she had dementia. I filed a lawsuit against the neighbors and threatened criminal prosecution if the funds were not immediately returned. Miraculously, all but a small amount of her estate was quickly surrendered to us. The board of directors selected a contractor, and I supervised construction of our new building. The new building had over 20,000 square feet as opposed to our 6,000 square foot building in West Valley. It was officially opened on October 24th, 1992. In 1994, we received notification that HSU was named in the will of a St. George school teacher named Mary Kleinman. Her heirs, however, opposed her $90,000 gift, and I filed a lawsuit against them. In 1995, I met my future wife, Elena, in Moscow, Russia. She was not only beautiful and smart, but also had a great passion for animals and other living creatures. Elena and I were married, and in November of that year, requested that instead of wedding presents, we asked donations for a special marriage fund which would benefit HSU. In 1996, HSU sponsored amending the animal cruelty law in Utah that were some of the weakest in the nation. The bill was not heard during the regular session of the legislature, even though many people rallied and great public support was given to our effort. Elena and I decided to use our wedding fund to take out full-page ads in the media demanding that the bill be heard at the special session coming up. After receiving hundreds of calls, Governor Leavitt put the bill on the special calendar. 1 minute before midnight on April 17th, the bill was passed. This new law greatly upgraded the penalties against people who are cruel to animals. In 1998, I appeared before the Utah Supreme Court in the St. George case of Mary Kleinman, who simply wanted to have a gift in honor of her cat named Troy. Pat Bagley, the Salt Lake Tribune cartoonist, drew a cartoon of me supposedly making my oral presentation to the court. The Utah Supreme Court ruled in our favor and remanded the case back to the St. George Court, in which we continued our litigation.
Wow, that was quite a century. So what happened when the new 21st century took over?
In 2004, we sponsored legislation to make torture of a domestic animal a felony rather than just a misdemeanor. A dog named Henry was brutally tortured by an irate husband. We formed a coalition with many animal and human organizations, and finally in 2008, Governor Huntsman signed Henry's Law at the HSU auditorium. Many people have since been prosecuted and are now serving prison time for torturing domestic animals. In January 2011, a settlement was reached with the heirs of Mary Kleinman. They finally agreed to release the $90,000 that she wanted to give to HSU in honor of her cat, Troy. I litigated this case for 17 years before 4 district judges and the Utah Supreme Court. It was one of the longest-running cases in Utah history. The Murray Building allowed us to substantially increase the number of animals we could adopt, as well as our surgeries and our immunizations. However, what we thought was an oasis of space when the building was built in 1992 soon became like a crowded subway car by 2011. We were simply outgrowing our facility. Fortunately, the estates of several great people gave us the funds to start planning an expanded building. On May 10, 2011, a groundbreaking ceremony was held and the construction of the addition began. Since I had a good grasp of construction from the original building, I supervised the modifications and new construction of the addition until it was finally completed in 2012 with a grand reopening. We made sure to give the estates proper recognition throughout the building. Today, HSU has one of the most modern buildings in the United States, and with its 42,000 feet, continues to effectively serve the animals and people of Utah. In 2019, while on a trip to St. George, Utah, I discovered that the Washington County area was in desperate need of a low-cost spay and neuter clinic, and that the overpopulation of dogs and cats was severely stressing all of the animal facilities. Once again, within a few weeks of my return, we were notified that Maureen Ala Raji, another school teacher, left us a generous bequest in her will. Under my direction, we began to search for a suitable location to rent a low-cost clinic and found the ideal location on Sunset Boulevard. On August 8, 2020, we officially opened the new facility and were immediately welcomed by the community of animal rescue and welfare groups. We now employ a full-time staff of 8 people and perform sterilizations and immunizations every day. In 2021, we purchased prime real estate in St. George that will be the future site of our Animal Resource Center and clinic. Finally, just this year, we joined a coalition of groups and amended the law to allow a judge to issue a protective order for pets of abused persons to prevent the threat of harm to the pet as a weapon of abuse. As a final note, to the best of our knowledge and based upon our records, during the last 50 years, we have adopted 195,000 animals and have administered over 1,250,000 vaccinations. I think this outstanding record speaks for itself.
Well, Craig, that's quite the story of your involvement with the Humane Society of Utah during the last 50 years. Do you have any thoughts about the future?
Yes, I'm very grateful to the hundreds of people in the last 50 years that have worked, volunteered, and donated to HSU to make it what it is today. It has been my true honor to be associated with these people and the animals that we serve. While I know I won't be around in 2072, I have no doubt that the Humane Society of Utah will still be here and will still serve the people and animals of Utah. Again, I want to thank everyone for their support.
The Humane Society of Utah presents to Board of Directors, President, General Counsel, and float builder, with great admiration and appreciation for 50 years of service and support, this plaque to Craig S. Cook. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Craig. Now, Craig, I know that 50 years is truly tremendous. However, obviously the Humane Society of Utah inspires great dedication because there are 2 other people that we have to acknowledge. This next person has dedicated 30 years of service, which means in 20 years we will make a video about him. Would you please acknowledge Tim Williams for his 30 years of support of the Humane Society of Utah. Tim, thank you, and we are presenting a plaque to you as well. And there is one other person. Thank you, Tim, so much for your incredible support. This next person has dedicated 25 years of service, of course, meaning that they are still 25 years away from their video. But would you please congratulate Randy John for 25 years of dedication to the Humane Society of Utah. We are so, so grateful. Randy, thank you for your unflagging support. Thank you. And to all of the volunteers, if you are a volunteer, I want you to take a bow. Anybody who is a volunteer, would you give all of our volunteers a round of applause, including Eric and Carol Hogstad, who are incredible volunteers. And to all volunteers, past and present, if you have ever volunteered for the Humane Society of Utah, I ask you to stand up right now. If you have ever volunteered in any capacity, give these people a huge round of applause. We could not do it without them. Thank you, thank you. And I just want to say, volunteers, you are also being roundly applauded by those in our live stream, because people like Kelsey and Crystal and a whole bunch of people are sending you hearts and applause and all kinds of things. So your incredible dedication is going out far and wide from this room. Now, speaking of supporting the Humane Society, you may recall that we have just a few very fun live auction items. And in just a moment, we are going to sell the first two of our live auction items. If anyone, raise your hand if you participated in last year's virtual event. Did you participate in last year's virtual event? You will remember, yeah, thank you for being there. We are going to do the live auction similarly, in that there will be 2 or 3 items sold at the same time. So our first 2 live auction items will be selling at the same time in just a moment. Item number 1, which is currently going to Marissa Hernandez for $900. Marissa's at table 27, which means orange birds. Orange birds, you got to be putting your cards up for Marissa. This includes a day of Fish Towers rafting, gift certificates to the Moab Brewery, Desert Bistro, the Find Extraordinary Goods, Osprey Hydration Day Pack, all of these things. Uh-oh, Leslie just outbid you, Marissa. Leslie's the top bidder. Congratulations, Leslie. And item number 2, sorry, it's the orange dogs. Is Leslie over at table 30? Oh, Leslie's the top bidder. Good job. Item number 2 will sell at the same time, and it is the Animal Education Family Camp. Hedgehogs, hamsters, rats, chinchillas, guinea pigs, rabbits, and ferrets. You get to have 10 guests for 4 hours to go to our Education Family Camp, which means you get to spend a huge part of the day at the Humane Society with our staff, learning all about the various things that happen, and playing with the animals and meeting them and learning about them. So if you'd like to do that, Marissa is currently the top bidder on item number 2, and I can see all of the orange birds are supporting her. Nicely done. Marissa, we're not going to sell it just quite yet. First, I get to show you some of the incredible work we are doing around our new parvo space. So at the end of this video, we're going to be selling those items. So make sure you're making your bids, but please check out what is happening with our incredible work on parvo right here.
When people think of the Humane Society of Utah, they think of pet adoptions. And while we do thousands of adoptions each year, we also do so much more, like caring for the... When people think of the Humane Society of Utah, they think of pet adoptions. And while we do thousands of adoptions each year, we also do so much more, like caring for the community's most vulnerable animals. Thanks to your donations at last year's Wags to Wishes Gala, the Humane Society of Utah secured the funds necessary to complete construction on our new parvo ward. Parvo is a deadly virus that most often affects puppies and unvaccinated dogs. It can cost thousands of dollars to treat at local vet clinics because it is highly contagious, easily spread, and requires round-the-clock treatment. Our new Parvo Ward will give puppies and dogs a fighting chance, the ability to recover and find loving homes they deserve, all while keeping our community safe and our shelter population of adoptable dogs healthy. Our life-saving work would not be possible without the generous support from individuals like you. So from all of us here at the Humane Society of Utah, thank you.
Okay, I just want to say, all of the funds that were the funds that we raised last year at Wags to Wishes went directly to this work combating parvo. Would you give yourselves a big round of applause for all of your support? And there are tables who are so dedicated to winning bingo that they are running their bingo cards up towards the stage. So I will say that table number 2 was the first table to arrive with, and I believe, let's see, the Salt Lake Bees logo is on the screen. The Utah Humane Parvo Puppy Award is on the screen. I took a group photo with my table. Someone at my table is attending Wags to Wishes for the first time. Bingo! Congrats. More. This is so good. You guys, I love this. You know what? I have an idea. In just a few minutes, every table that gets bingo, I think we should give them dessert. Yes, I think so. And of course, we were probably going to give you dessert anyway, but we are so glad that you are all playing bingo. We have to sell our first 2 live auction items. Marissa, you might want to have your mobile device close at hand. Anyone who wants to be the top bidder on items 1 and 2, are you ready? Because it's going to happen very, very fast. I will tell you, Courtney is currently the top bidder on the Moab Adventure. Courtney Case. Courtney, are you at table 25? Wait, where's Courtney? Wait, Courtney's over there. Hey, all of the red birds, you got to support Courtney. Hold up your card so that we know she's the top bidder. And Marissa is currently the top bidder on item number 2. Both of these items are going to sell in 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to go. Courtney, you're currently the top bidder, but somebody could be going to Moab instead of you. Marissa, you're going to the Education Animal Family Camp with all of the various animals. You have about 1 minute and 30 seconds to make a bid on items 1 and 2. If you want to go to Moab, if you want to go to Education Animal Family Camp, you've got to bid in the next 1 minute. Make your bid via your mobile device. Courtney's in the lead. Nicely done. Oh, Leslie just jumped back into the lead. Congratulations. Leslie, you're on item number 1. And now you've only got about 45 seconds to go. Marissa's going to family camp with all of the hamsters and chinchillas and guinea pigs and rabbits. You've got 30 seconds remaining. Leslie's in the lead on item number 1. If you want to make one more bid. Oh, Courtney! Courtney just jumped back into the lead. Courtney, you're the top bidder. Marissa, you're doing great. No problem. You've got about 15 seconds still to make a bid on items 1 and 2. Courtney, very nicely done. Leslie, this is your chance to push the button very, very fast. It looks like Courtney's in the lead. You have about 10 seconds to bid on items 1 and 2. You've got 10. Courtney's in the lead. Nicely done. With $1 extra. Congratulations. Very tricky. We've got 9, 8. Leslie, you still have a chance. 7, 6. Very final opportunity. Marissa is going to be doing the Education Animal Family Camp. She's very excited. 5, 4. Last chance. 3, 2, 1. Make your final bids and sold. Nicely, nicely, nicely done. Marissa is the top bidder on Education Animal Family Camp? Table 27. Courtney, you are going to Moab. Is Courtney here in this room? Courtney, would you give Courtney a big round of applause right over there at table number 21? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, this is going to happen very quickly. And in just a moment, we are going to do our second round of live auction items, which includes items 3, 4, and 5. So if you would like to have the Fuzzy Love photography package, well, I hope your name is Mark, because Mark is currently in the lead. And I want to just tell you, not only will you have professional photographers of your favorite animal, but your animal will be on the front of next year's calendar and have its own month in the calendar. Mark, you're in the lead. Oh, Robert! Robert just outbid Mark. Mark, I'm so sorry. You're going to have to bid again. Robert's in the lead. Marissa is going to the Park City Staycation. It looks like Marissa Hernandez. This is a night at the Hotel Park City in Executive Suite, a lift ticket for 2 at Deer Valley Ski Resort, gift certificates to Blind Dog Restaurant, a voucher for 1 free tour on the zip line, 2 scenic train vouchers in the Heber Valley Railroad, and native artist crafted coral necklaces and earrings, and 2 Utah Humane 60th anniversary limited edition wine glasses. So if you, Lisa is currently the top bidder. And then item number 5, get in the game. This is your chance to go and see the Salt Lake Bees in a private suite for 16. You could go see the Bees. All of these items will be available in just a moment. But first, we are going to play a game. We are going to play a game. It is very easy. The winner of the game will receive a full Humane Society of Utah swag package. The game is called Ears or Tails. If you would like to play, it is free. All you have to do is stand up to play the game. If you are at home, all you have to do is type the word ears or tails into the chat at the correct time. So here's how it works. You have to stand up to play the game. It is free to play, and you could win a bunch of Humane Society swag, so you should all play. It's a very fun, easy game. It requires no skill. Here is how this works. I am going to flip this coin. You are going to select ears or tails. You must either make ears or a tail. I will flip the coin. Heads is ears, tails is tails. If you correctly select ears or tails, you may stay standing. If you do not correctly guess, you must sit down. The last person standing wins an entire Humane Society of Utah swag package. So here we go. You make any kind of tail with your tail. Please make a tail. Please make ears. This is up to your imagination, whether you prefer a bunny tail or a puppy tail. You know, bunny tail, puppy tail, up to you. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, here we go. Ears or tails. Round number 1. Make your selection in 3, 2, 1. Freeze. Tails! Tails! If you selected tails, you are still in the game. Here we go. Bingo! Round number 2. Select ears or tails. Many bingos. Bingo 25. Round number 2, select ears or tails in 3, 2, 1, freeze. Ears! It's ears. Very nicely done. Round number 3. Round number 3, select ears or tails. If you are in the chat, I can see that people are doing very, very well. Nicely done, DN. All right, here we go. Ears or tails. 3, 2, 1, freeze. Tails. It's tails. All right. Wave your paw if you're still in the game. We still have, give these competitors a big woof or a big meow. Nicely done. All right, here we go. All of you who are getting bingo right now, we will be giving you dessert. All right, here we go. Ears or tails in 3, 2, 1, freeze. Tails. It's tail. Who is still in the game? Who's still in the game? 1, 2. Are you still in the game? No. We have 2 competitors remaining at table 4 and table 13. The purple cats and the green puppies. Here we go. Final round. Now, I have a suggestion. Don't select the same body part. Okay? Here we go. Ears or tails. Are you ready? They're conferring. Ears or tails? In 3, 2, 1, freeze. Tails! It's tails! Would you give our competitor at table 13, the green puppies, a huge round of applause? Nicely done. Congratulations to all of you. Now I have great news because some of you took the opportunity to put yourself in contention on our second group of live auction items. We are going to sell items 3, 4, and 5 very, very quickly. If you want the Fuzzy Love Photography Package, the Park City Staycation, or the Get in the Game package, you have 2 minutes to go. And Robert, you're in the lead. Kevin, you're going to Park City. Mark Party really wants to go hang out with the bees. Mark is over at table 13. He's going to be doing that. But now you have about 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. Robert's in the lead on the Fuzzy Love Photography Package. Nicely done. And it looks like Kevin Heener is at Park. He wants to do that Park City Staycation. Is Kevin here in the room with us? Where is Kevin? Is Kevin in the live stream? Kevin, are you at home? Congratulations. No, Kevin's over there. Nicely done. You've got about 1 minute to go. Make your final bids. Robert, you're doing great with Fuzzy Love. And Kevin, you're going to Park City. Mark, you've got the Get in the Game. You've only got 45 seconds to go. Last chance to make a bid on items 3, 4, and 5. If you want to make one last bid, now is your chance to do it. You got 20 seconds. Very final opportunity. We're going to go from 10, 9, 8. Robert's in the lead. Kevin and Mark. Everybody you're just letting them have it. 8, 7, 6. Final chance. 5, 4, 3. Make your last bids. 2, 1, and sold. Nicely, nicely done. Congratulations. Robert, nice. You're going to have to pick your favorite friend to be on the cover of the calendar. And very nicely done, Kevin. Mark, enjoy. Root those bees on. Okay, we have only 2 items remaining. Items number 6 and 7 are going to be sold in just a moment. Item number 6 is the chance to go hiking with the Humane Society of Utah's pups. You get to go for an exclusive hangout with 3 to 5 of our shelter dogs. You get to go on a week. I'll use this one. Wait, this one. I'm gonna use this one. Great. You get to go on a hike with our pups. And I can see that India is currently the top bidder on our hike with the HSU pups. Nicely done. And then it looks like, okay, you'll tell me what to do. Yes, great. Okay, I'm gonna put that one down. And then item number 7, our final item of the evening, is your chance to go on a most incredible Morris Columbus travel package. And this is your chance to really do a once-in-a-lifetime travel opportunity with Morris Columbus Travel. And Larry, who is the owner of Morris Columbus Travel, he is here to tell us just a little bit more about what is possible if you purchase item 7. Check this out.
When people think of the Humane Society of Utah, they think...
Hold on.
I'm Larry Gelwicks, the getaway guru with Morris Columbus Travel and host of the Travel Show Radio.
I'm going to set him up one more time. Watch this. Larry.
I'm Larry Gelwicks, the getaway guru with Morris Columbus Travel and host of the Travel Show radio broadcast. Thank you for your support of the Humane Society of Utah. The mission of the Humane Society is to end cruel animal practices, to care for animals in crisis, and help build a much stronger animal environment movement. Your support tonight will help accomplish these goals. Now, many of you know Craig Cook, your board president. I just returned from Africa with Craig and his wife on an African safari. We're along the Serengeti in Kenya, the so-called Great Migration, and I will tell you, there is nothing like it in the world. Now, whilst on safari, Craig and I were talking one night, and he said, you know, Larry, I would really like to help others, particularly those supporters of the Humane Society, fulfill their travel dreams, while at the same time supporting the society. Well, to this end, Craig and Elena have purchased 2 $5,000 Morris Columbus Travel gift certificates. That's $10,000 in travel that will be auctioned off tonight. These travel certificates can be used for travel anywhere in the world, close to home or far away. The Morris Columbus Travel gift certificates will be on auction tonight. And what's really neat about these gift certificates that you can use for travel just about anywhere is it can be for almost anything. Are you looking at a cruise, a tour, lodging, airline tickets? And what's also neat about these gift certificates is that they are fully transferable. Now, this means you can use them yourself or gift them to a family friend or your work environment. Please be generous in your donation and support of the Humane Society of Utah. It's a great cause. And who knows? You may soon be traveling the world. Thank you.
Can you give it up for Larry and Morris Columbus Travel for this awesome opportunity? And don't worry, I see the bingos, but we have to send we have to send some people on these last two amazing experiences. So, as Larry just mentioned, if you want to go with the travel certificate, there are two $5,000 certificates. The top bidder is bidding for one of those certificates, which means if you are the top bidder, you can select either purchasing one for your top bid, or you can purchase two for double your top bid, which sounds pretty good, right? So if you bid $4,000, you could have a $5,000 gift card if you're the top bidder. There is a second one. If you're the top bidder, I will give you the chance to double your bid and take two $5,000 certificates. So you can have them both if you want, or you can have one $5,000 gift certificate. If you want to go on a hike with the HSU pups, it looks like Shu Saito is currently the top bidder. Shu is doing a great job. Marissa Hernandez has currently got those travel certificates. The travel certificate for $5,000. Nicely done. Okay, so are you ready to find out who is going traveling and who is going hiking with the pups? Oh, Jordan just outbid Marissa. Nicely done. You have only 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes remaining. And it looks like Shu is currently the top bidder with HSU pups. Nicely done. Jordan Ruiz is at $8,250 for the travel certificate. Marissa, if you want to make a bid, you've only got about 1 minute to go. And Shu is going hiking. Is Shu here in the room with us right now? Is someone, or is Shu, right over there. Shu is the current top bidder. Nicely done at table number 2. Congratulations. Okay, Shu, you're in the lead. And now you've only got about 45 seconds to go. 45 seconds remaining to make a bid on items number 6 and 7. Jordan, Marissa, they have been going back and forth over and over again. Jordan's in the lead. You've only got about 30 seconds remaining on items number 6 and 7. If you want to make one last bid. Oh, Shu! Somebody is trying to outbid you, and your auto bid is keeping you in the lead. Nicely done. Shu has an auto bid, and someone is trying to find the top of Shu's auto bid, except Courtney! Courtney just found the top of Shu's auto bid and is going hiking. Shu, don't worry, you still have time. Make one more bid. You've got about 20 seconds. Shu's in the lead. Shu's now in the lead. Courtney, if you want to make one more bid, you've only got about 10 seconds remaining. And it looks like now's your chance. Jordan in the lead. Shu going back and forth with Courtney, trying to go hiking with those HSU pups. You've only got about 5 seconds to go. Plenty of time to push the button once or twice more. Shu, you're doing great. Where's Courtney Case? Is Courtney over there? Courtney, you're not in the lead. I'm so sorry, but you could be. You've got 4. Jordan, you're in the lead. Marissa, you're not in the lead. I just want you to know that. Okay, that's fine. I just want you to know. Okay, and now it looks like, Shu, you're doing great. Here we go. 5, 4, 3. Shu's still in the lead. And it looks like someone's trying to find the top of your auto bid. 2, 1. Make your last bids and sold. Nicely done. Shu, congratulations. Now, Jordan, I have a question for Jordan. Where is Jordan Ruiz? Jordan, here is the question. You are the top bidder. You have purchased the $5,000 certificate to go traveling to have Larry help you. However, there is a second certificate. Would you like both certificates for double your top bid? No. You are taking one of the certificates. Okay, now hold on. Marissa, this brings up a question for you. You were the second highest bidder. You were yes, Marissa, which means if you would like for your last bid of $8,000, we could give you the other certificate. Would you like the other certificate? Do you want to do it? You're going to leave it. Okay, you're going to leave it. So, Jordan, you get one at $8,250. So I'm going to go backwards to the last other person who made a bid, which is actually no one. Marissa and Jordan have been outbidding each other for an hour and a half. That's really great. Marissa, Jordan. Lisa Jastremski. Is Lisa here in this room? Does Lisa want to identify herself? Lisa. Oh, this is actually maybe really good. Lisa, you were the last person before Marissa to make a bid on the travel certificate. And you bid $5,000 for a $5,000 certificate. So would you like a $5,000 certificate for $5,000 and the chance to go traveling with Morris Columbus Travel? You don't want it. You're happy. Okay, you want it. You do want it. Yes, sold for $5,000 to Lisa, not Marissa, sorry, you already had a chance. To Lisa Jastremski, and Jordan Ruiz is taking the other one. Would you give them a huge round of applause? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, this group of incredible supporters, you all likely know that the 2022 has actually been a very challenging time for the Humane Society. You may know that our Pet Resource Center has experienced a slowdown in adoptions, while at the same time experiencing a dramatic increase in intake. And this is not unique to HSU. This has been happening all across the country. All kinds of animal welfare organizations have been experiencing simultaneously requests for support through our pet retention program, which have increased, and also pet guardians who are seeking help to care for their pets. And I will be honest, it is sort of a perfect storm. Every day, we are unable to adopt as many pets as we would like, and we are being asked to care for more pets than ever. We know that through hard work and dedication of all of you and our staff and volunteers, that we will continue to provide life-saving services to our community and the animals we serve. But to be totally honest, we need the assistance of this incredibly generous group of people. It is these challenging times when we need your financial support the most. So I am going to ask you if you might be able to assist directly in supporting the Humane Society of Utah. Because it is your generosity that allows us to do all of this work that has been ongoing for 50 years and that we will keep doing for the next 50 years to make sure that every animal and person is well taken care of throughout the entire state of Utah. So I am going to ask you if you might be able to raise your card at one or more of the following levels. And I will tell you what they are first so that you can pick the biggest level that makes you feel uncomfortable. We are going to start with $10,000 and then go to $5,000, $2,500, $1,050, $500, $250, and $100. So knowing that we are going big, but honestly, if you don't go big, no one can say yes. Is there anyone here who might be able to support the animals of this community with a gift of $10,000? $10,000. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now I have to ask you, will you please push the button on your mobile device to make that happen right now? Because if you do, we will be able to see it right here. Would you give her a huge, huge round of applause? And we want to see it because we want it to pop up on the big screen. Is there anybody else who might like to do $10,000? I promise we will applaud for you. I promise we will cheer for you. Wait, I want to see this happen. They're going to push the button. This is the best part. Okay, and? Okay, this is good. And we're going to fill up this amazing picture of this puppy right up here. And we want to thank Christina, who already made a gift. Thank you so much. But we want to thank Crystal, who already made a gift. And there's that $10,000. Would you give Bob McMichael a huge round of applause? Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so, so grateful. Thank you, thank you. We have a very big goal of raising $75,000. If you could help us with a gift of $5,000, I ask you to hold your card up in the air right now. Is there anybody that might be able to do $5,000? I promise we will applaud for you a lot. We will just clap a whole bunch. Is there anyone that might like to do $5,000 at $5,000? Is there anyone who might be able to help us with $2,500? If you could put your card in the air and help us with $2,500 to support animals in this community. We need your support. At $2,500, is there anyone, before I ask you at the next level, I have a very special opportunity. In honor of his 50 years of service, Craig is willing to match the first 10 gifts of $1,050, which means that would be $10,500 from Craig plus $10,500 if 10 of you can take him up on it, for a total of $21,000. So we are hoping 10 people might hold their card up at $1,050. If you can do it, give this person a round of applause. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Push the button on your phone. 8, 9. Would you do it? I think we need maybe 10. Those are 10 people. Would you give them a big round of applause? Now, push the $1,050 button on your mobile device so that we can see all of that incredible generosity. Would you thank these people? Nicole Simmons, thank you. Mark, thank you. Give these people a big round of applause for all of their. Kelsey, thank you. Any amount is very, very welcome. Thank you so much. If you could help us keep pushing the button and we'll get to see you. Jared, thank you. If you could help us with $500, would you hold your card up right now? If you can help us with 500, one person at 500. Is there anybody? 2 people at 500, 3 people, 4 people at 500. Would you help us out? 5 at $500. We'd love to have all these people at 500. Would you push the button for 500? And would you give all these people a big round of applause? Cecilia, thank you. All of these people, we are all ready. And Randy John, thank you. Would you give Randy a big round of applause? We are almost at $30,000. If you could help us, wait, Christina, whoa! The live auction is helping us with $22,000 on the way toward our goal. John, thank you. We're over $52,000. We're gonna fill up our picture all the way to $75,000. Brandy, thank you so much. Would you give all of these people a big round of applause? Toshiko, thank you. Give them a round. Thank you. If you could help us with $250, would you hold your card up in the air right now? We want to know how many people could do it. At $250, will you hold up your big card? Is there anybody that might be able to help us with $250, or are you all just doing it in your mobile device right now, which is also totally fine? Anybody at $250? Is there anybody that could help us with $100? Would you hold your card up so we can applaud for you? $100, thank you. There's someone. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's $700. Make sure you push the button. We'll take your $100. Yes, we will. Would you give all these people a huge round of applause? We are already at $55,000. Over $55,000. Give all those people a big round of applause. Is there anyone who would like to match every gift that was just given? Anybody? You're allowed. If you would like to make a contribution in any amount, a custom amount, just go to GiveSmart right now. Help us at home. Thank you for all of your generosity. Help us to get all the way over the top. Thank you. We're going to get there. And we have to thank, again, our amazing sponsors, George S. and Dolores Doré Eccles Foundation. Would you give them a big round of applause? To our media sponsor, Yesco Media. To all of our sponsors, Utah Pet Rehab, Canine Sports Sack, Merck Animal Health, Major Street Pet Services. Give all these amazing sponsors a round of applause. First Utah Bank, Frederick Insurance, All Filters, Rafati Foundation, Rough Haven, Candy Wadsworth, the Dog Lodge, RKD Group, Mountain American Credit Union, Mountain West Veterinary Specialist, Edelman Financial Engines, Elena Cook, and Key Bank. Would you give all them a huge round of applause? You can continue to make contributions to help us get all the way to our goal. But while you do, I want to remind you, if you purchased anything this evening, please be sure to take it home with you. Also, I have to point out, Craig Cook's match of $10,500 is taking us over $68,000 on the way to our goal of $75,000. We are so close. Ollie, thank you. Emily, thank you. Is there anyone that could help us? We are only about $6,000, $7,000 away from reaching our goal of $75,000. If you can help us with any amount to get to that $75,000, we would love it. Craig, would you be willing to come up and say one more word to everyone before we give people dessert and send them on their way? Would you invite Craig up one more time? Craig, I want your help because we have to give away a prize. We have to give away a prize. Would you welcome our board president, Craig Cook, to the stage? Yes, we need an envelope, but if you thank people, then the envelope will come, and then we'll find out who won our opportunity drawing.
The envelope, please.
Inside this envelope is the name of the winner of the opportunity drawing. The winner is
Randy Jones.
Is Randy Jones here?
Randy Jones.
Randy Jones. Maybe getting a drink. Randy, if you're in the room, cheer loudly so we know you won. Give Randy Jones a big round of applause. Congratulations. Craig, any final words before we invite people to have dessert and celebrate all this success?
Well, I want to thank you all for coming here as usual. I know you're tired of seeing me. I've been here a long time, but you know, I'm doing the best I can to stay alive so that I can help the animals. So anyway, I want to thank Gwen Schuster, who put together our video. It took her 70 hours to do that. And I want to thank the staff of the Humane Society and all the volunteers. It's been, and I want to thank Ian, who is our auctioneer from afar. So, you know, this is 50 years for me. I hope to be around for a little longer, but I know that, like I said in the video, that the Humane Society of Utah will be around for a long time, and it's because of people like you that support us. And you know, we all have this love for animals, and we all want to make them better and make their lives better. And because of you, we will be able to do that. So I thank you for coming, and have a good dessert. Good night.
And Craig, I have to tell you, Craig, we are at $71,000 plus, which means we are only about $3,000 and some dollars away from our goal of $75,000. So if you're having dessert and you are thinking about getting to that $75,000 number, well, that would be just fine.
That would be great.
All right, thank you. Please enjoy dessert. Don't go home. Celebrate. It has been so wonderful. We are so glad to have you here. Thank you for supporting the Humane Society of Utah. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you raised your hand to make a $1,050 donation and you need any assistance making that happen in the system,